probably go for guards, but I think those might take out the guards. Yep, EVO Wall breakers. Crazy. You can't, he literally had nothing that he could play to stop that. What's up, everyone? Jerky here, and I've cooked up quite a deck for y'all today. So I was keeping an eye on the leaderboards on Royal API, and someone who is number 3 in the world currently is using this 2.4 wall breaker cycle deck. And I saw it and I was like, this dude's crazy. Like, there's no way that this deck works, but I've been playing it for a little over an hour now, and I have to say, this deck works. And not only does it work, it's actually the most fun I've had playing a deck in a really, really long time. Because of the really fast cycle, you're able to outplay matchups that you usually lose to because you can outcycle some of their best counters. So I am ecstatic to show you all this deck. I want to hop into some games, but before we do that, to anyone watching, first off, I want to say thanks. And second of all, I just want to ask that you consider subscribing to the channel. It is completely free for you. I post daily, and that does help me a ton. So I appreciate that, and let's get into some games. All right, into our first match here. This guy has a top 1,000 tournament finish, if you saw on his banner. So probably a really good player. We're going to go ahead and cycle our Ice Spirit in the back, and then cycle our Skeletons to get to our Evos. This deck cycles so quickly. So what you want to do is bait out their small spells with either the Wall Breakers or the Goblin Barrel, and then punish them with the other card. So he just used his arrows, right? So we've spent 5 Elixir. We forced out 6. So that's really awesome. Goes for the Earthquake. That's actually going to leave my Princess... Oh no, my Princess is under-leveled. So the Earthquake takes it out, unfortunately. Okay. Goes for the Battle Ram. Probably trying to bait out my Tesla. Which it will. But we're going to try and get our King Tower activated here. We're going to see if we're able to do that with this Knight placed like this. And we will be able to get our King Tower activated. So I'm happy with that defense. We took not that much damage. Pretty much one Firecracker shot. This should force out the arrows, I think. I don't know. Or maybe the Golden Knight. I think they still connect. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if that ability full counters. So that's really awesome for us. Top 1,000 player, by the way. So far, so good. No arrows in hand. And I don't want him to predict my Princess. He's obviously a very good player. Yeah, I play it in the back. You can kind of tell, once they start predicting your Princess, it's not good for you. So I'm just going to let it breathe. I'm going to go like that. And then I'm actually going to go Wall Breaker's opposite lane. He has a very expensive deck. What the heck? I haven't seen anyone running Barb Hut. That's absolutely crazy. Props to this guy for running the Barb Hut. I have not seen that card in months. That's so impressive to me that he's running that deck. All right, he doesn't have arrows in hand, so this is a really good time to be really aggressive with our pressure. Oh, he cycled back. My fault, my fault. Looks like it might be E-Giant. I'm not 100% sure. That's kind of what it feels like. I'm going to pressure with Wall Breakers. It should force out the guards from my opponent. There they are. Goes for the Earthquake on my Princess. That's pretty frustrating, honestly. I'm not going to lie. Having that under-leveled Princess. Okay, late arrows means he's very low on Elixir, so we're going to pressure yet again. Back to the guards. No surprise there. He goes for the Earthquake on my Princess. We're going to go like this. And he's keeping up, I have to say. Very, very well played to my opponent. But you can see there we outcycled his barrel counter, so we do get a lot of damage. We're going to Princess like this and get ready for him to go in with like a Battle Ram. Yeah, they do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. And then the EVO Skeletons are going to clean all of this up. That's what I'm talking about with this deck, is you can get really fat positive Elixir trades. Like, that was a 3 for 7 trade right there. Okay, we're going to go in because he just used his arrows. Probably go for guards, but I think those might take out the guards. Yep, EVO Wall breakers. Crazy. You can't, he literally had nothing that he could play to stop that. Like, there was nothing he had in hand. He didn't have arrows, and then the guards got eviscerated by the EVO Wall breakers, so that just goes to show you how busted this deck is. Okay? I'm even leaking elixirs. You need to be careful with this deck sometimes, and not to leak elixir. Okay, I need to be careful because he does drop the Barb Hut. I don't want to be overly aggressive, so I'm going to pre-place a Tesla. I gave him Earthquake value, though. That's probably my fault. He'll most likely take that. So far, so good. The one thing that is also a little bit of a struggle with this deck is you do not have a big spell. So defending properly is of the utmost importance with this deck, because you can really lose the game at any moment. Something else that this deck thrives on is split lane pressure. So you can see there, I have way more damage in the opposite lane, but you don't want to pigeonhole yourself into a single lane. Okay, nice. I don't know what he has for this. I don't think he'll be able to get anything down. Gets the arrows down last minute, but my boy is fighting for his life right now. Go like this, and with no arrows in hand, I don't think he can stop these, right? No way that... EVO Wall Breakers are disgusting, dude. So top 1,000 player, absolutely schooled him. Good first game. We'll see you in the next one. Into our next game here against Marshmallow. And I know I said it in the intro, but you guys got to try this deck. Assuming you have the cards of proper level, this deck is a blast. It's so fun. Though I think the worst matchup for you is like Golem Beatdown. Is pretty hard to defend well, is what I've noticed. Beautifully timed on that log there. That's the deck that I struggle the most with, but other than that, in like an hour of playing this deck, it's been fine. Like, I played Graveyard, I played Hog EQ. Hog EQ is not great, but it's winnable for sure. And an important part about this deck is knowing when to apply pressure in the opposite lane. So he just messed up that Graveyard. We're going to be extremely aggressive here because we are up a lot of Elixir. And I'll take this. He won't expect it. Nice. Okay. Now we need to be careful here, but like I said, this deck thrives off of really, really cheap defense. We're going to go like this, pull everything over. Once these rascal girls lock on. Ooh! Okay. We might have bit off a little more than we can chew here, so we're going to go for a knight. And Myth busted a little too aggressive on that log. And something else you don't want to do with this deck is get really greedy. Which is kind of what I did there. As a log bait player, when I saw that I could log that Goblin Gang, I was like, oh, I have to do it. And I think we could bring this back. I think that'd be really cool for the video if we can just play immaculately and bring this back. Shouldn't have let that little prince get a hit, though. That was kind of a mistake. Nice. He does get the King Tower activation, so we're going to go in here. I think we're going to get a connection as well, because he doesn't have any Elixir. And just like that, I would say we're back in the game, which is actually crazy after I overcommitted to start, but we're looking good. Okay, Royal Recruits. You don't know what their big spell is yet, so we got to be careful. I'm going to play my princess way over here. Maybe we can bait out something. Like, I would love to bait out, like, arrows on my princess. Doesn't look like he's going to bite, unfortunately. He might not have a big spell, and that would be really good for us. We're going to log here. Goes for a NATO. Okay. Yeah, he might... I don't think he has a big spell, actually, the more that I'm seeing here. Okay. We're going to have really nice log value here. And then we can pressure. And my guy, we are playing two... Neither of us have a big spell in this deck. Wall Breakers connect. That's huge. We can apply a little bit of pressure because we know that he doesn't have a big spell. Oh, he has a fireball. Ooh, we were mistaken there. But did we get him here? Did we get him being too aggressive? We'll find out right now. I think we did. Come on, give it to me. Oh, baby, we got him. Wow, that's crazy. Whoo-hoo-hoo. So not the best start, but an amazing finish. We'll see you in the next one. Sweet. Into the next match here against 200. This guy is already not a fan of me. Opens up with the Mega Knight. Honestly, no surprise. I'm going to cycle a Princess in the back. I don't know. I can try to activate King Tower, but I think I'm just going to play it safe. Yeah, nice. And a Knight right here works really, really well. Beautiful. It actually will activate my King Tower because of that Firecracker, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to go like this. It'll pull the Mega Knight closer to the King Tower. And we get our King Tower activated, and we deal, what is that, like 1,200 damage to start off the game. So I'm pretty happy with that interaction. I'll go ahead and say that's well defended. We can do a really awesome kite here, and I don't think he'll have enough Elixir to defend. Yeah, especially after playing that Earthquake, he's going to eat those wall breakers. And if I time a log well, I think we only eat one RG shot. Beautiful. So we dealt way more damage than we took because he was being really aggressive. Also, what is this deck? Royal Giant Mega Knight. So the reason I'm going with a barrel is because I wanted to cycle to my wall breakers. Because if you watch this... Oh, shoot. Oh, God. Okay. I was trying to... I was trying to kite the mini P.E.K.K.A. and that actually would have been a really, really cheap defense. So that was my fault. It is what it is. And I'm wary about cycling my knight, but I don't want to take any more damage on that tower. And from what I've seen from this player, I think I can defend the Mega Knight with just my Evo skeletons. Okay, he might go in. Yeah, I was gonna say he might go in here. It would make sense. So we're gonna go like this, and this is gonna reset the RG, and that's all we got. So small mistake on our end, nothing too crazy, but I didn't even notice on the right side we essentially took their entire tower. And now he's at the point, I was going to say, now he's at the point where he does not have the luxury of ignoring my pressure. He had done that in the past, but now it's like we are up so much damage on that side that he can't ignore it anymore. We're going to go like this with the skeletons, and then we're going to be able to kite away the mini P.E.K.K.A. We're not going to mess it up this time. Beautiful play. I was going to say, you can't ignore that. Can't ignore that either. Yeah, I would say he didn't have arrows, so my boy loses his tower, and guess what? All of his pressure is going into the wrong lane. Okay. Good earthquake by my boy, but I don't think he's going to be able to get enough damage on us. Yeah, he's not. We're going to go like this just to make sure that firecracker doesn't take our tower. And we got ourselves another victory against Mega Knight Royal Giant Earthquake. Don't run that deck. Good game to my opponent. We'll see you in the next one. Oh, into our next game here against Mickey Mouse. Interesting. We're going to go ahead and cycle our Evo Skeletons in the back. And my boy goes for the Royal Recruits first play. So I think I also lost earlier to like a Royal Recruits spam deck. Granted, I did make a few mistakes, but I don't think it's an outstanding matchup for this deck. Yeah. Yep. It is what it is. I go like this. I mean, I had to cycle there. Probably should have played Ice Spirit Skeletons instead of Princess Skeletons, because I think we're down a little bit of Elixir, but cat's out of the bag. Royal Recruit Balloon. So we need to be very diligent with our Tesla placement, is all that I'm going to really say here. So we're going to, once again, go for the kite here with our wall breakers. I'm going to go like this. He's going to pop the ability, maybe? There we go. So we're going to eat one wall breaker shot. But if you look at how much damage we dished out, it's probably worth it, right? Okay, Princess here, hopefully going to do something for us. We'll see if we can defend all of this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know if we can. Evo Skeletons aren't going to be able to carry me this time. Honestly, net, that's an okay amount of damage. Like, I honestly thought we were maybe going to lose our entire tower. Great Princess, going to carry us and get one wall breaker shot. We're actively in the lead against what I would say is a bad matchup, objectively. So, take a sip of my coffee and buckle up here. Good news is he doesn't have Evo Recruits in hand. That's when things get really, really scary. It appears like our Princess is going to give us a ton of value in this matchup. I feel like I always want to have a Princess down. That's another thing that this deck does really well, is the Princess can force out a spell on offense from your opponent, and then you can abuse that they don't have their spell in hand and pressure. So we're going to pre-cycle a Tesla intentionally. I know he has Balloon, but because it is double Elixir, we'll be able to cycle back to another one really easily. Fairly easily, I should say. So here we are, we're already back to another Tesla. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. And misplace our Tesla. That's exactly what we wanted. He actually doesn't get a balloon shot. We're going to go in with EVO Wall Breakers on the other side. We'll see what he has. I think this is going to connect. Wow, EVO Wall Breakers are nuts. That's crazy. I feel bad for him, actually. Okay. We need to be very careful here. That was an okay defense, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I'm just doing my best. It's very, very difficult to defend all of the spam properly. Oh, great barrel damage. And yet again, we found ourselves in a lead. Somehow, some way. I don't want to... I'm going to eat the wall breaker because I don't want to use my Tesla. I'd rather save it for the balloon. Yeah. Just like that. Okay. Hanging on by a thread. Both of us, to be completely honest. That's a lot of damage, chat. You know, I might want to start log cycling. I don't know 100% if I'm going to start doing it yet. Can I protect my Princess? That's the goal. I want him to have to spend extra on my Princess. Okay, we're going to do this because we have two Princesses alive. And because we have Evo Skeletons in hand, we're going to be back to another Tesla, so we can defend this no problem. I don't even know if I need to play anything else on that. Tesla should clean it up, actually. Tesla plus Princess should clean it up. Come on, give me a stab. Oh! Man. King Tower gets activated in like the last second of the game. Log does 85, so that's a lot of logs to be cycling on the tower, but what choice do I have, laddies? Okay, 3 more logs, maybe some barrel damage. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Okay. Okay, 2 more logs. Okay, we're gonna go for it. Alright, hopefully he can't defend this. Hopefully he can't defend this. He can. Let's go. I would say, arguably a hard counter, and we got the dub, so good game. Catch you in the next one. Match here. And since we've started the video, we are currently 4-0 on the top of Trophy Road. I'm having a blast with this deck. I'm going to go Wall Breakers in one lane. Will force out a response. Do see a lot of Knight Evo Skeleton, or a lot of Knight Evo Archers. Could be E-Giant or Goblin Giant. Or even Graveyard. Like Giant Graveyard is a possibility as well. Once that Archer locks on, I'm going to go for my Skeletons. And man, another Royal Recruits. Not a fan of that card. If you cannot tell every time that we play against it. Okay, good. He poisons my Princess, but it actually gets 1 shot before she goes down. So, shout out to Princess. She's amazing. We're going to pull everything in here. And we get a really, really cheap defense. So, the only thing that he got from that was a poison. We're going to go like this. Expect him to just place Archers. Okay, he places a building. No big deal. And Archers. Don't think he needed those, to be completely honest. Skeletons here. And then I'm going to pressure while defending because he's kind of dropping a lot of Elixir right now. Nice. We force out the arrows, so we're going to go really aggressive here because his hand is really awkward for this. Like, I don't think he has enough for Royal Recruits right away. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage. Wow, that's crazy. And then I'm going to let that flying machine go. I'm going to take my damage advantage and move on. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm down a ton of Elixir, especially against a spam deck. So, okay. I'm tempted to protect my Princess here. We'll see. If he arrows over there, I will protect it. Nah, he doesn't arrows, so I'm not going to protect my Princess. If he did go for the arrows, I would have considered it, but I don't want to cycle my log. I'm going to go for Wall Breakers instead. Nice. One of those will still connect. Oh, never mind. I could have logged over there, but it would have put me in a compromised position. You'll notice I'm always cycling my Princess into the opposite lane that he already has poison damage. And we got to buckle up here for a good defense. Okay. Takes the poison. It's fine with me, honestly. Because he already took the poison, I'm going to split my Evo Skeletons. Knight here to protect my Tesla. Pressure wall defending. And you can see Tesla locking onto that flying machine is huge. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, we're going to need 1 charge. It's fine. It really evens up the damage. One thing also with this deck is if you go to a 2-tower situation, you're probably going to lose. So you're okay to sack damage from 1 tower if the other tower already has more. So keep that in mind. Skeleton's here to block that flying machine, and we're going to pressure. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, that's a really good log over here. Pressuring while defending. He goes for the poison, so we're going to get another Princess down right away. You want to make it so as soon as he plays a spell, it's like, oh my gosh, he's already back to another Princess. That's how you want them to feel. And that's the benefit of having an extremely fast cycle. Okay. Don't think he has anything great in hand for this. Yeah, he doesn't. Okay. Nice. Not the best poison, actually. My Princess still living. I need to be careful about this defense over here because he does have the Evo Archers. You can see I'm starting to pressure both lanes a little bit. Not because I want to switch lanes, but I don't want him... Wow, I should have played my Knight there. I don't want him to be able to just like ignore stuff. Like if he's pressuring hard one lane, I need to have the other lane as an option to pressure. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take this log actually. See, because now we can do split lane pressure, and it's like really, really annoying for him to deal with. Beautiful. Okay, that's a ton of damage. That's actually going to finish the game. Super well played. Another awkward matchup for us, but we got another dub. So far, so good. I'm loving this deck. We'll see you in the next one. Nice. Into our next match here against Appa. Or Appa. I like Appa better. We're going to split our wall breakers. 100% of the time, I will split my wall breakers first play. If I have them in hand. Nice. And we force out 5 Elixir on defense. We have a surviving princess. So he doesn't have a bar barrel in hand. Nor does he have a goblin gang. And he has to spend on the princess. So I'm going to go in here. It absolutely makes a ton of sense. And we're even up Elixir. Let's see what he does. I was going to say, I'm almost going to guarantee that he takes damage there. We're going to pull this back. And we're going to go for a wall breaker kite like so. And I love that play. Look at that. We don't even have to spend on it. Well, we don't have to spend additional on it. Okay. Okay. We're going to eat this. And then most likely we're going to go for a King Tower activation. Yep. And we're going to eat 1 wall breaker shot because I was slow with my skeletons. Yeah, that's fine. I was too slow there. Okay, I think he's going to go for bar barrel or goblin gang. Okay, nice. Fine with me. We've almost evened up the damage. Okay, I need to go for log because they did that. That was well played. And we're going to try and kite everything back. Nah, we messed it up. Maybe a little ambitious. It's all good. Cannon, one of the best counters to EVO wall breakers. So we want to try and go in when they don't have the cannon in hand. Because looking at what the rest of his deck is, I don't know if he has any other really good answers for the wall breakers. So we'll keep that in mind. I would love to get my King Tower activated here. And I think we will. Wow. So 2 Elixir countered 7 Elixir and got our King Tower activated. So that's absolutely crazy. I'm going to go like this. Hopefully... Nah, I was hoping to catch his Goblin gang, but we don't. And I need to play this very carefully. I'm going to go like this just to help DPS this down. Okay, we live. We live. Firecracker just out of range of that Tesla. And it's not like we're dominating this guy, but we're like super in this game right now. Wow, Tesla even helping out with that. Does that wall breaker connect? Oh, sneaky wall breaker. That Tesla helped DPS down that cannon. That's amazing. Misses the bar barrel as well. I'm paranoid about the firecracker, so I'm going to go like this. And then... I don't know what his win condition is, to be completely honest. He's just kind of been like chipping me down with firecrackers and other cards. Now he might be running like truly a win conditionless deck, which would actually be really good for me. Okay. That princess got so much value. Look, he had to spend a bar barrel on it, and now he has nothing for this. I don't think he can afford a cannon. Oh, he can afford a cannon. But we get barrel on the tower, and we have 2 surviving princesses down. So we're starting to get a feel for his deck and punish accordingly. Oh, I was trying to keep my princess alive there. That's my fault. But should be an easy defense here. Yeah, whatever. Misplaced that, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay. We're going to be aggressive here. Yeah, I don't know if he can defend that side. Gets the bar barrel down last minute. Princess is going to help out here. I need to go for this because of those wall breakers. Those are really good wall breakers by him. I ain't even going to front. But again, we're chilling. Sometimes the game gets drawn out because, like I said, you don't have a big spell, but it's part of playing the deck. Okay. Firecracker is going to be annoying here. He's going to go in for wall breakers probably. Nah, he goes in for the knight. Can we kite this with wall breakers? Yes, we can. Wastes his bar barrel. I would say waste it because now he's pretty much guaranteed to take some barrel damage. No, he didn't actually. Excellently defended. We're going to start kind of cycling logs, for lack of a better word. Knight up high. Oops. Okay. Dangerous situation for us. We're going to kind of pressure hard here. And those wall breakers are going to connect, most likely. Wow, no, they don't. Okay, fair enough. Gonna try and juke out the bar barrel. Really bad firecracker. He has so much damage in the other lane. He doesn't have a good barrel counter in hand. Good game. A few defensive flubs from us, but we still ended up clutching up. So good game. We'll catch you in the next one. Nice. Into our next match here. And you know, a lot of times when I record videos, I get a reasonable amount of losses, and I like cut out the losses because sometimes they're not great to watch. But I actually haven't lost yet since I've started recording. So that's not at all to flex or anything like that, but just to tell you that like I genuinely think this deck is really good. Especially if you play it properly. Oh, we're about to get our first loss. Probably, I don't know. I mean, I was just joking, but any like larger beatdowns, like this deck can kind of struggle to defend-ish, is from what I've noticed, but arguably a perfect defense there, to be honest. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pressure. I want to force out like something, like a bar barrel or something. Okay, no, he eats that. Okay, he doesn't have NATO in hand, so I can just chill. Wow, yeah. Okay, it actually worked out well. I didn't want to just like spam. I knew I was up Elixir, but if you overcommit with this deck, as we saw in the first game, like you can eat a ton of damage. So you need to kind of be a little more calculated with your pressure when you're going in. I'm going to Princess here, kind of high, so it gets at least one shot if he chooses to spell it, like with arrows or something. At least she gets her, at least we get our Elixir's worth, if you know what I mean. Okay. Princess, amazing, absolutely carrying, gonna pressure with wall breakers. I expect him to just ignore it because he is playing Elixir Golem. That's just kind of how they play. And this is what I'm talking about, where like at this point, you need to be like, okay, I don't want to overspend, right? Like as soon as he starts building up a push, it all goes downhill if they take your tower. So we need to be very, very chill here. Cycle to another Princess, and then once that Golden Knight pops, I think I'm gonna go in for my Evo Skeletons. At least their tank is gone. We need to pull everything over to the opposite lane. And man, that was an awesome defense. Surprised he didn't rage, but I guess he didn't have enough Elixir. That was scary. It really was. Like, I know we defended that really well, but that very easily could have taken our entire tower. And my man is selling right now. Cool. And so sometimes I would be aggressive and pressure here, but again, if I lose my tower, I'm probably going to lose the game. So I'm just going to sit back, relax, and spam everything at the bridge. Wow, good timing. I had a feeling he was going to go in for an E-Golem. Oh, come on, Evo Skeletons. Come on. Oh. Fine, fine, fine. So now we're at the point where we just need to defend one more time, and we will get the win. But, like, I don't know. That's not super easy, if I'm being completely honest with all of you, because look at all of the spam that he's building up, and I have no large spell for any of this. I only have a small spell, so the key in general is to just try and pull things to the middle. Like, you want to spread out their push as much as possible. And yeah, that actually worked wonders for our defense there. So I know a lot of you are probably sick of losing to E-Golem. So yeah, give this deck a try. Absolutely. Hopefully that helped you if you struggle in that matchup. So that's a good game, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, into likely our final match of the video here. We'll go ahead and give good luck to our opponent here, and we have wall breakers in our hand. And this isn't what I meant. I didn't mention this. Yeah, he's upset about that. At this point in the video, I haven't mentioned this, but it kind of is a wall breaker cycle deck. Like, you're trying to play as many wall breakers as you can because they always force out a positive Elixir trade. Like, I don't think there's a 2 Elixir combination in the game that exists that counters wall breakers, or EVO wall breakers for no trade. Like, even Log alone doesn't, or Zap. Maybe Snowball, but moral of the story is it always forces out a lot of Elixir. And they're going to go with the Goblin Giant. I'm going to pressure here and also place my Tesla. Yeah, drops the Rage, which is super fine for me because if he drops his Rage, he doesn't have it to support this push. So we're going to go like this. And he's going very, very aggressive. Makes sense, I guess. But that Goblin Giant is dead, and that's what we're really worried about during that push. I'm going to do this because it helps me cycle. Ooh. Yeah, and he has to eat those wall breakers. So I even messed up the Ice Spirit there, but look at how much damage those EVO wall breakers did. If I didn't mess up the Ice Spirit too, we would have also taken out that much damage. So my boy already not super upset, or already super upset, not loving the matchup, but that's the way it goes. Oh, Princess might live. No, she's gone. Nice try. Goes for the Fireball. We're going to go for the Princess. Force out at least 2 Elixir, if not more. Perfect. And I'm going to log it. So now, that was a 3 for 3 trade. I love that emote. So as long as we defend like one big push with the Evo Archers and the Goblin Giant, we'll be fine. Night Witch is kind of scary too. Okay, we're going to go in with our wall breakers here. And they might have just given up. No, they didn't give up. I only said that because it felt like they were leaking Elixir. This is one of my favorite... Nah, we're going to chill. We're going to chill. I wanted to go in opposite lane, but I felt like that would have been too greedy. We're going to pressure here with the Goblin Barrel. And get ready for a defense. Okay, force out the Fireball. So we're going to try to catch him off guard here. We're going to go like this. And we might be able to, like, disguise those Evo skeletons. Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. And what I mean by that is it DPS down the Goblin Giant a ton. Even though I misplaced my Tesla. Nice, that's a ton of damage on that side. I'm going to pressure on this lane just to attempt to get him to spend on it. Looks like he's going to not spend on it and ignore everything. That is a little scary. That's what you don't want, actually, is because you're doing all of this to try and make them spend. I'm going to go for defensive wall breakers. Crazy world, right? Okay. Then I'm going to go for a log here. And we actually did get a lot of damage in the other lane as well, so that's awesome. Back to a Tesla here, and then we're going to go for skeletons as well. Help DPS that down. Night High. And wow, that was scary. He pretty much ignored everything, and we still defended. So that is worst case scenario, right? Is they ignore everything. But even under that situation, we were still able to defend. So that emote says it all. Good game to my boy. We'll go ahead and catch you in the next one. That's going to do it for today's video. Here's the deck one more time in case you want to take a screenshot. Please give this deck a try. It is so much fun. Hopefully those games convinced you to give this deck a try. So much fun, so much outplay potential. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in another video real soon.